Welcome, everybody, to the Single and Stiletto Show. I'm Suzanne Oshima, and I'm a life and love transformational coach and founder of Single and Stilettos. Today, we have a very special guest, Abiola Abrams, and she's a spiritpreneur mission coach at Woo Manifesting. And I am so excited because today we're talking about how to remove self-sabotage in love. And I know, ladies, you're going, what? I never sabotage myself, but I can't tell you when the emotions are going, the chemistry's going, and things start to happen, believe it or not, you can self-sabotage. So welcome, Abiola. I'm so excited to have you here.
Oh my goodness, I am so excited about this conversation. Yes, thank you for having me.
I know. Well, before you give the ladies some tips on how to remove self-sabotage, can you tell the ladies a little bit about yourself and how you became a spiritpreneur mission coach?
Yes, absolutely. Well, I am a person who cares very deeply about big vision women. I say that I'm in the business of big vision women. And what it means, all of those great made up words that Suzanne said in the beginning, like spiritpreneur, mission coach, and womanifesting.com, is that I help women who have a big mission in their lives help them to overcome their obstacles in life and in business so that they can answer the calling that they were born to do and have a full transformation. And so I do that through things like I have my International Goddess Pray Love Belize retreat coming up in a couple of weeks. I have tools like affirmation cards and books, and also courses that help take people from, not being miserable, self-sabotaging, holding back, to fulfilling their purpose. And so that's what my work is all about.
Awesome. And this is what I love about you, Abiola, because we've known each other for a while, is that ladies, I will tell you, Abiola, the way she is on camera, and she's full of energy, full of light. She lives what she teaches and preaches to everybody. So that's what I love about her. What you see is what you get. So
thank you, love. Thank you. It's true. Someone said to me earlier, they were like, if people were different, you would be, if people were different forms of punctuation, you would be an exclamation point. And I'm like, yeah, I accept that.
Exactly. She really is. And that's what I love about you. So can you give the ladies your first tip on how to remove self-sabotage in love? Because people unknowingly do this to themselves.
Yes, absolutely. So my first tip is to be aware of it, because most of the time we're going through our relationships and we are sabotaging ourselves and we're not aware of it. We just think always that it's the other person. Why do they act like that? Why is he or she always acting like that? Why do I always attract this kind of person? And if it tends to be, if it's everybody else, then you need to look in the mirror. So, rule number one, start with the woman in the mirror. There's no way that it can be everyone else. No matter what's happening in your relationship, like all women, I've had relationships where people have cheated on me or, done me wrong, etc. But you have to start with being able to say, where was my part in this?
You know what? I love, love, love that you said that, because I hear that all too often is a lot of people think that the common denominator is all those men or all those people, whatever it is. And when you really look at it, the common denominator is actually yourself, because you're at the center of it. And so you're right. Even if it's something so horrible as a man cheated or whatever it is, or I keep attracting emotionally unavailable men, is to figure out what part you're playing in that, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And number two works right with number one. Number two is get yourself a journal and start to figure out what kind of relationship you really feel like you deserve. And what I find is that when women, on the surface, when you ask anyone, what do you deserve? We all say, oh, the prince, this great guy who, does all of these things or whatever it is. But when we start to journal on it and look at the people that we've attracted, the people who you're attracting are proof of who you feel you deserve in your life. And so Are you attracting relationships where you are fully loved, where you're fully loved, where, you are not being held to judgment? And of course, Goddess Suzanne, as we always say, you want to make sure that you have those qualities within yourself, because relationships are a mirror like anything else in life. So you've got to make sure you've got all of that stuff yourself, but start to journal on it and get clear about, not about what you want, not a wish list of who you think, would be your ideal partner, but underneath that, who do you feel you deserve to be with? And oftentimes this is a heartbreaking exercise because people will realize that they don't feel really like they deserve love. And so they're attracting people who are reflecting to them that they feel, maybe they feel really that no man can be faithful, or they have these beliefs that are under the surface that then are reflected in these relationships, causing them to self-sabotage.
Well, when you just said that, what popped into my head is people could be, because I think a lot of people think, well, I must self-sabotage when I'm in the relationship. But when you just started talking about that, what popped into my head is people could be actually self-sabotaging before they even get out there and date, right?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. You can be a hot sabotaging mess all by your lonesome.
Mm.
And then you get someone who just is proving back to you what you already believe to be true about yourself. And so that brings me to my number 3, my last point, which is, pay attention to the patterns of when you have discord in the relationships. Sometimes things will be going great, and then that's when you cause an argument. Sometimes, so if you're not used to a certain degree of happiness or a certain degree of joy or a certain amount of love, when you're feeling that, you could have a great day and then come home and you're like, let me check his phone. Or come home and you're like, why did you say this to me 2 weeks ago? So pay attention and write it down. When are those arguments, those disagreements, those sabotage patterns cropping up? Because you can't fix it unless first you're aware of it and you are clear about what you feel you're deserving, and then you monitor when those patterns and issues are coming to the foreground.
That's so awesome. And Abiola, so one of the things that I noticed in all the things that you were saying, would you agree that a big part of this is being very self-aware?
Yes. Oh my goodness. Self-awareness brings you to self-acceptance. You
Mm.
can't get to, as you know, I am passionate about self-love. My last book was all about self-love. All of my, I've been called America's self-worth coach. That is the foundation of everything that I do. And it can't start without awareness. And so often, many of us as women in relationships, we have a kind of a victim consciousness, where we get together with our girlfriends, right? Those good girlfriends, and we say, how dare he? Guess what this one did? Guess what that one did? Right? And create more and more of the same. Your girlfriends are great. Your friends are wonderful, but only you can be in your relationship. And so only you can live your life too. Start with self-awareness.
Awesome. Well, Abiola, these have been some amazing tips. So I know you have a free gift for the ladies. So can you tell them about it?
Yeah, so I have several meditation albums, and I was trying to figure out which one would be perfect for the single in stilettos ladies. And I think that the Chakras on Fleek meditation album would be wonderful for helping you to become aware of these self-sabotage patterns.
Awesome. So, ladies, if you would like Abiola's free gift, just click right below the video. And for those of you that are listening on the podcast, just go to singleonstilettos.com and look for Abiola's interview and you can get her free gift. So thanks everybody for joining us on the Single on Stilettos show. Our show is available both in video format and podcast format. If you would like to view the videos, you can go to singleonstilettos.com. And if you would like to get the podcast, you can download it from iTunes. And if you would like to get our free gift, The Secrets About Men 3-part video series, you can click right here on the video or you can go to singleonstilettos.com.